Guys, welcome back to McNights of Magnolia. So, Mom, what are we going to be talking about today?
The last podcast, the influencer beef, I loved talking about it, and I learned a lot.
I'm pretty sure, 80% of that was, probably incorrect. It was all based off my memory.
I mean, we said allegedly, so we covered our asses. So that's okay. The one thing that did stand out when you talked about Tana Mojo was the infamous story time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That situation really stuck with me, so much so that I couldn't let it go. I went to our Facebook.
Right.
Posed a question to the internet aunties. Am I overreacting? They said I was reacting to having someone be as open about their sexuality or promiscuity is different. Gen Xers, we were a little more closed off about our sexuality.
Yeah.
And I feel like millennials, Gen Zers, you guys are a lot more open.
Oh, 100%. As an example, when I go out anywhere, I'll go to a house party or a club or something like that, and I can meet a girl in the bathroom. She'll dish her whole sex life to me, and we'll just talk. It's so open and so talked about. We don't save anything for the imagination, if that makes any sense. My friends will call me and they're like, oh my God, guess what? Explicit detail. And I'm sitting there eating it up. I'm like, oh, he did what?
And it's not that we didn't talk about it, but definitely not on camera.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
I may have called my best friend.
But did you go into detail?
That is irrelevant. But the point is, there is a generational gap.
Oh yeah.
Talking about sexual escapades. Mm-hmm. Did you just yawn?
I think it's your voice. Your
is
voice.
It soothing?
It's so soothing. I really think
you blowing smoke up my ass right now, or is it really soothing?
No, I'm just kidding. No, it actually is so soothing. It's just it's you have a really full voice and you're just I don't know. I think it's your voice because I watch ASMR a lot,
right?
And they always use microphones, and I always have my
headphones. Your eyes are watering and everything.
I think that's what it is. That you're so soothing.
Okay, thank you, Naya.
You're welcome. You have a good author voice. You could read a book on Audible.
Okay. I thought it would be a good idea to bridge the gap and have an honest mother-daughter conversation about the differences between the generations in dating.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of things we did that you guys don't do, or I feel like you guys are missing out on. Mm-hmm. And then there are some things I think you guys do, and I just scratch my head.
Yeah, probably. I'm in the generation where we eat Tide Pods. I love us so much, but we do dumb things. Who eats laundry detergent?
If we were interested in a guy, we would put on our best outfits.
Nuh-uh.
The best. And I'm talking, you'd go to rave.
Blazers and pearls?
Oh, you got jokes.
I got major jokes.
I'm talking neon biker shorts.
Oh.
5411 sneakers. Do you know about 5411
I don't.
Sneakers? They're these cute Reeboks, and they were basically $54.11 with tax. We did acid wash jeans, and then they would have the flap over. So we'd go to the mall on Saturdays because that's when mall culture. We were in the malls every single Saturday.
I wish I grew up a part of mall culture.
There were stores like Rave, Spencer's, Baker's, Tom McCann, and Auntie Anne's. That store is a staple. You may not have had money to shop, but we always had money
to go to Auntie Anne's.
Yes, to go and get you a good...
It's not a shopping experience
unless you
go get yourself a present.
So we would do that. My other go-to favorite outfit.
I'm about to yawn again.
My other favorite go-to outfit. Boo took me to the mall when I was...
our grandpa.
Yes, my dad. Boo took me to the mall, Cherry Hill Mall in Jersey. He was like, get what you're going to get and let's go. I bought this Guess denim dress. It was long sleeves. Oh, this was
denim and long sleeve dress.
Oh, no, it fit in all the right places. And I'm talking 7th grade.
Okay, boy.
It fit. Oh, my. Okay, mind you, I had a Jerry curl.
And braces. At the same damn time. Dude, that's brutal.
It was so awful. I needed all the help that I could get. And then Aunt Terry had bought me these white Evan Picone cowboy boots.
Okay.
That had fringe.
Get out of my face.
You could not
now
tell
I know
me.
why Fringe is your favorite thing.
I thought I was the bomb. Like, if we didn't go to the mall and see your crush, I would get up and go to the pencil sharpener 15 times.
No, yeah.
When we were in school, the pencil sharpener was attached to the wall.
So was ours.
Really?
Yeah. Are you talking about the one that you go like this and then it
Yes.
has like little holes in
The
it?
holes, you have to change it?
Changed it.
Yes.
Yeah, we still have those.
I would get up and go to the pencil sharpener so many times that the teacher was like, okay, Miss Bazemore, get up one more time. Like,
You would get in trouble.
I would get in trouble because I was like, oh, he is going to see.
And you
this
got called
dress.
out by the teacher.
And I got called out by the
like
teacher.
everyone's already looking at you.
Yes.
Like, okay, I'm sorry.
Right. I had to do something because my Jerry curl wasn't even a juicy Jerry curl. It was dry.
That's so unfortunate.
Did I mention I was in the band?
Yeah, you really had
It
no
was the
help.
trifecta of the worst things that could happen in middle school.
Jerry curl, braces, clarinet, puberty, acne. What else did you have? Because you really had all the odds against you at that time. Like middle school was not your prime.
No, and I'm 4'11".
Short.
It was just awful. How do you guys flirt?
This is bringing me back to middle school.
How do you flirt on Snapchat? Or how do you...
Oh my God.
Do you flirt on Snapchat?
Yeah, you definitely do flirt on Snapchat. You'll send... Okay, also, I think another thing about the difference in our generation is that my generation is more sexually promiscuous than I think your generation at that age would be. Kids were sending nudes in 8th grade and getting exposed. So if you liked a boy or whatever, you would snap him, but at nighttime, and have him think about you, but you wouldn't send anything first. You'd snap him, but you make sure you looked your best in that snap. It could be 11
nude
o'clock.
snap?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Like you
that
skip-
takes some time.
Okay. 'Cause
That takes some time.
That totally just skips
It's
a
not
whole
just
bunch
like
of
the
things.
first snap, but it takes time. Like you guys know what I'm talking about.
So are we talking the third snap, the fourth snap?
I'm talking
Is
about like a
this
couple weeks.
2 weeks, 12 weeks. There's a difference.
What's a couple mean?
2? That's what I
Like
think.
2-3 weeks? Yeah.
And that soon you're getting news.
Yeah. Say I met a boy at the football game. I knew who he was, friend of a friend, and he goes to a rival school or something like that. We'd start snapping, like automatically he would send me.
I can't.
No, it's literally crazy. But like I was saying, what we do, not going so far as nudes and stuff like that, but it could be 11 o'clock at night on a school night and you go up and you go fix your hair, you go put on like a cute top because, you know, they can't see like everything else. So you put on a cute top, maybe some cute earrings, some mascara, and then you go back in bed and just like you just woke up. And you snap them as if that's how you look when you go to sleep. It was like a routine. I sometimes still do it to this day and I'm 18. A cute guy will snap me and I'm like, hold on. Let me put some concealer on and some mascara real quick because I look dead.
Yeah, you guys are definitely missing a whole bunch of steps because there's levels to this. We would
cut it out. We jump into it.
We would have a notebook in school, right? Mm-hmm. Or a trapper keeper. Do you know what a trapper keeper is? Oh, it is like the Tupperware of school supplies.
Was it like the pencil box?
No, it was like a big organizer for like pencils and notebooks and loose leaf paper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you should Google trapper keeper.
I'm going to Google a trapper keeper.
We would doodle our crush's name on it and put hearts around it.
Is it that?
That is the trapper keeper.
That's so cute.
It was heavy, but it was so cool. If his name was like John Smith, you put Mrs. Smith.
You actually did that? Like the...
Yeah, I mean, it was just something stupid to pass the time.
I always thought that was like a cliche in movies. Like I never thought that like people actually did that.
Yeah, we did.
Oh. Did we or did you?
Okay,
Like,
so when I say we, I know for a fact Lydia and I both did
Okay.
it. So, I mean, but again, Lydia had a Jerry curl too.
At least she was on the cheer team.
That wasn't until later. When we were in middle school, she wore blazers, she had a Jerry curl, and she was in the band. Don't try to single me out.
Snap.
I wasn't the only uncool one.
She said, if you're going, Lydia, if you're watching this, she's taking you down with her.
She is coming down with me. But what's that Jack Harlow said? He said, I didn't peak in high school. I'm still out here getting cuter.
Yeah, getting cute.
That is our motto.
It's like, or you know, rags to riches.
No.
Rags to riches. Rags to, never mind.
Oh, finish it, Naya.
I don't know the rest of the
Okay,
words.
I don't know the rest of it either. I don't know
Pretty
the rest
sure it's
of it
Rod
either.
Wave, but anyways.
Oh, I like Rod Wave. We'd also pass notes in class. Our generation was the ultimate note passer. And what do you call those things that you have the paper?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like,
yeah,
it's
like the
pick a number. 1, 2, 3,
we used
4.
to do you like me? Yes or no? Check one.
They do that in elementary school.
We weren't that advanced, and so we were doing that in middle school, and they would actually put yes or no on there. And if it was no, you were mortified.
Oh my God, it was the worst thing in the world because you know he was going to tell his friends about it.
Right, or vice versa. Or she was going to say, Joe asked me if I liked him, and I was like, no, girl. It was so embarrassing, but that was part of it.
Oh, yeah.
The sheer anxiety of getting the note back, and it says anything other than yes.
Oh my God, yeah. We both know my biggest fear is rejection and like failure. But literally, I will remember in high school, I'll be like talking to guys and we'll text. Instead of writing it down on a piece of paper, like we'll snap it. But I will say the beauty of Snapchat,
it disappears.
It disappears after you send it. So you send it, and then if they open it and you go back in, it's still there. But if they go back out, it's complicated. But if they go back out and if you both exit the chat, it's gone.
Well,
Godfather told me that Snapchat is for freaks. You shouldn't be on Snapchat. And I was like, Godfather, dear God.
He would know.
He would know. Like, you could just deny. There have been times where I thought, where I liked a guy, he would say something, and then someone would come up to me and be like, Naya, did you tell so-and-so that you liked him? And I was like, no.
No. Well.
Like, obviously, he's a fan. And, like, I would gaslight everybody and be like, I don't know where you're getting that from.
Do you know why I tell you pen and paper ain't your friend?
Because it's incriminating.
It is so incriminating. Like we had no way of denying. I mean, you pretty much could go to the teacher's desk and compare handwriting. You did write that, Dana. You asked him if he liked you and he said no. It was just a terrible, terrible time. Also, our dating pool was a lot smaller than your dating pool. If he didn't go to your school, if he didn't go to your church.
Right.
Or you didn't meet him in like all city band. You guys didn't date. We didn't have cars, or we didn't have our own cars. We could borrow the family station wagon or the Buick, you know, or the Burke or something like that to go visit. But that was far and few in between. So usually the guy would walk over to your house from his house. So it needed to be a 10, 15-minute walk.
Okay.
And then we just didn't really get the chance to meet many people outside of our school districts. You guys have an advantage. Your dating pool is a lot larger than ours because you have social media, you have the internet, you guys are able to connect to people.
One thing I will say is that I feel like your generation has like this sense of chivalry that my generation just doesn't have.
Oh, honey.
Like through. Like, are you telling me a boy would walk 10 minutes to your house to ask you out on a date?
Oh, more.
Like, it's
they
insane.
Would visit.
No,
they literally would come.
That.
Okay.
Some guys will be like, oh yeah, like it's too far. And then they'll just like not do, like, it's insane.
Oh no.
Guys
like,
nowadays are actually like POS.
Not all of them. It may be a little different. But,
I mean, but like, it's like majority now.
But no, these guys would walk over to your house and you would actually receive company. You would either sit on the porch, you'd sit in the family room, you'd watch a TV show or something like that. They'd stay for dinner, and then off you go.
Yeah.
But before you even got to that step, you had to, because you had no way of communicating with this person outside of school. You had to ask for the digits. You seriously had to ask for the digits. So they would get your phone number and then they'd say, okay, I'll call you tonight at 7 because after dinner, you have to do the dishes. You've got chores. So like 7:30 was like the magic hour.
Okay.
It never freaking failed. 7:20, somebody would call from church and mom would be on the phone cackling about the building fund, and she's just going on about the bake sale, about the pastor's anniversary, and you're like, oh my, like, Mom, get and then she would snap on you if you know how I get angry when you guys interrupt me
on the phone.
She would snap and she's like, I know you did not just, and then she would act like she didn't hear the two-way beeping beep because it literally would beep. We had one phone attached to the wall like the pencil sharpener, and she would just be, and you're like, get off the phone, because I had to be off the phone by 9 p.m.
And you had a phone curfew?
Yes. Lynn
she didn't play,
not, she did not play that. She was like, you're not going to be talking all night on my phone in my house, and you're going to, I was like, gosh, 9 o'clock. So you wanted the whole hour and a half
that you
to
had.
talk. Yeah, it just was disastrous. You guys skipped that.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes we don't even have to ask for numbers. It's so non-confrontational, I feel. We like a guy or whatever, and we'll see his Snapchat come up in like a quick ad, or his Instagram will come up in suggested.
Wait,
and
what's a quick ad? And what app is
So
this?
on Snapchat, there's a thing called quick ad, and it's people you're mutual friends with, but you don't have them on Snapchat. Say Brittany was friends with Brian. I liked Brian. So since I had Brittany on Snapchat, Brian's Snapchat came up in my quick ad, and I would just add Brian through my quick ad. Instead of being like, hey, can I have your number? Like, da-da-da-da-da. I'd just add him.
So is that why we would take you to different things and then you were supposed to meet Katie or something like that? And then I'd say, well, is she here? And then you would be like, I don't know. And I was like, call her. And then you'd say something ridiculous like, I don't have her number. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have her number?
I don't have her number. Like, I can call her on Snapchat. I can check her Snap Maps and see where she's at.
And that's the craziest thing.
But yeah.
And then being able to check where she is outrageous too. Because
I can literally pull up, like half these people on my Snapchat, I barely even know.
No, if Lydia and I were going to meet at the movies, we would have to say, okay, we're going to leave at 7:30. And you'd pray that she did leave at 7:30. There were payphones, and my mom would send me out with a quarter all the time because...
With a quarter?
A quarter because we had to make a phone call.
Was that like your generation's like version of like $20?
No, seriously not. Oh, that was our version of a cell phone.
A quarter.
Was a quarter. I don't miss the payphone era at all.
Oh, I wouldn't either. Like this thing in my hand right here. Mom, it's so convenient.
After you got the digits, you guys are talking on the phone. You still weren't boyfriend and girlfriend yet.
Oh, stop.
Like there's steps to it. So after you guys were talking on the phone and all that stuff, there's a step between talking on the phone and going together or
talking.
Yeah. Y'all say talking too?
Yeah, we have like
we say talking.
We're in like the talking stage.
But talking in our day meant too that they still were open to talk to other people and date.
See, that's how I feel that talking is.
That is what talking is.
No, 100%. But my generation, they have this weird thing. They're like, oh yeah, I'm talking to this guy, but I'm not seeing any other guys, but we're not dating. Yes, you are. Like, you just don't want to have that label, but you are dating. Like, if I'm talking to a guy, I might be talking to 6 others. Like, it's fine.
Oh, it's totally fine. And it's not cheating. And you should. You should not limit yourself.
No.
And especially
like, get out of
at
here.
the young age you are, you should
it's
not
like
be limiting.
Me, never.
Never, Naya.
Never. I might be 35 before I settle down.
And that's totally fine, too.
Right.
But then when you decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend, you actually did ask, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Hey, yo, we doing this or not?
Right. I mean, basically, that's what happened. But then it came time for dates.
Oh. So then you guys went on dates?
Yeah.
After you guys were dating?
Yeah. Like
in a relationship. Like you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend and then you went on dates?
Yes.
See,
I never went out on a date with anybody I was just talking to. We were boyfriend and girlfriend.
See, that's so different. Like this is the timeline. So it's basically you meet him. You're interested. Then you guys are snapping and stuff. Then it elevates to talking. Mm-hmm. And then while you guys are talking, you're hanging out, going on dates, things like that. Like even some more boyfriend and girlfriendy stuff goes on in the talking stage. And then you commit.
The usual places to date we only had a few places.
Okay.
Which was the skating rink, the bowling alley.
Oh my God, you're so old.
No, I'm serious. And then if you were serious, you would go to the mall with your boo on Saturday and hold hands. And then you probably dressed alike.
I would throw
Why?
if a guy was like, let's dress alike. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, matching. Like, I see how couples like match and...
No, we dressed alike.
No, listen, this is how I feel about couples matching because this is serious. Okay, I see like subtle matching. Maybe like they'll wear the same shoes. That's cute. That's fine.
Oh, matching sneakers was that was a given.
Oh, great.
Not 5411s. They wore different like shoes,
I wouldn't do that, but I see other people like, or if they go to the beach, her bikini top matches his shorts. Like I'm like, okay.
No, we did go to the beach a lot too because You're from the beach. So we would go to the waterfront and stuff like that.
But couples who really, really, really match in every single outfit, they make me want to like throw up.
I'm not going to say they make me want to throw up. It's not for me, but to each their own. But
True.
no, but this is the trick thing, right? Because I feel like you guys totally missed out on this. You guys, for the most part, meet each other out, like your date out, or they just come to the driveway to pick you guys up or whatever. But these guys had to knock on the door, ask for us. We'd come out, and they'd have to sit in the living room and talk to Pop Pop while I was finishing getting ready and all that stuff. So and Pop would give them the business. I mean, whatever you do to my daughter, I'm going to do to you
times 2.
Exactly. And, he was a sheriff. So he's like, I mean it. It was insane.
No,
but then
he could kill you and hide the body. And no
how
one would
about
know.
that? How about, but like escort you outside and everything, and then they'd open the door for you.
Yeah.
If you did not lean over and unlock the door, it was a test.
What do you mean?
Okay, so we didn't have automatic doors. There was like an automatic lock to just if he opens the door for you, and you can hit the lock, and then you can open his door too, right?
Wait, like on the driver's side?
Yeah. So okay, so he's opening the car door for me.
Okay.
I sit in the passenger seat, he closes the door. His door, the driver's side door, is still locked.
Okay.
I would lean over and unlock his door.
There we go.
And that was a test. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen A Bronx Tale.
No, I haven't.
There's this Italian guy who likes this black girl, and that was totally taboo. So the Italian guys are telling the Italian guy, she's a selfish broad. If you open the door for her and she does not lean over and open and unlock. Over? Yes, she did.
Hallelujah.
She did it. I was like, yes, she nailed it. But they did a lot of door opening and.
See, that's one thing that like I miss and I wish we experienced. Well, I mean, sometimes it'll happen, but it's not as common as it should be. So many times I'll go anywhere. Like my guy friends are way more gentlemen or like way better gentlemen than like the guys I'll talk to or even like consider dating even a little bit. They'll open the door for me. Yeah. They'll like pay for lunch, things like that. I'm like, oh, you guys. But I'll even talk to some of my girlfriends who are dating and they're just like, oh no, he doesn't open the door for me. He doesn't do anything like that. But there is a few. One of my other friends, we were all friends at one point, not anymore. But he was like a really good boyfriend to her. I think his mom was really just like, no, you're doing this. And then so he would always open the car door for her, like bring her gifts, things like that. And it was so sweet, but it's so rare nowadays.
To get ready for a date, we would spend hours trying to find the right outfit, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was on the phone with Lydia. Hey, do you have any neon slouch socks? Do you have pink ones and like a green one so I can mix match and all this stuff or whatever? To find like a good hairstyle, I would go get Word Up magazine, Hype magazine, Word Up, Right On, Hype Hair to figure out like how to like do my hair. Because
your dried Jerry curls? Is there much to do with that? This was
high school. I moved on.
So what did you have then?
Girl, I had a salt and pepper. It was an asymmetrical.
Oh, period.
Girl, let me tell you something. I was a true round the way girl.
You were Trina.
I had a Fendi bag, a bad attitude.
You had a Fendi bag in high school?
Well, it was more like a Hindi bag, but I had a bad attitude and bamboo earrings, honey. At least two pair. That's what LL said. Two pair. This was not middle school.
Okay, I was about to say you had a Fendi
Exactly.
bag.
I finally figured out how to do my hair because grandma, between the Jerry curl and the asymmetrical like salt and pepper you want to know what she did to me? What? You know those pink rollers, the foam? She would put like Lotta Body setting lotion on my hair.
Please stop.
And she would roll it up.
Rocks. I was hard as rocks.
They didn't know what to do with 4C hair back then. Like it was terrible. And then it was this long because when you had a Jerry curl, it was a chemical. You basically had to start over. And you couldn't put a relaxer on top of the Jerry curl because then you'd be bald. Yeah, all your hair would fall out. It's
better to cut it out than have it fall out.
Yes. So
I know.
So then if she didn't use the sponge rollers to roll my hair, she'd still use Lotta Body setting lotion and then she'd put like the skinny perm rollers in my hair.
Did you just say no?
Oh, it was terrible. And then Lydia, of course, helped me. And then I was so lucky. We had a girl, Becky, I think she was born to do hair. Her parents had a basement and she was doing finger waves.
Stop.
Finger waves
are
was
so
the
cute.
bomb. She used to do finger waves for like $10 back then. She had the little dryer set up. She had a chair.
Okay,
Seriously,
Becky.
she has always done hair. And she's still doing hair.
Period.
We used to cut out images from Hype Hair and bring it to her. It was like, we want this. This is what we want. And she was like, I got you. And
Okay,
then she
girl,
would
I got
do
you. Sit
it.
down.
And that's how we would find our outfit inspiration and all that. But I feel like you guys just, for a date, y'all just throw on a hoodie and y'all are out.
Depends on where we're going. Like, if we're going to a nice dinner.
I was kidding, but not kidding.
No, I swear. If we're going to dinner, because I feel like everything's just so casual nowadays. Like, I mean, like, you still don't want to look ugly. We have what we like to call dress up loungewear. Like, we will wear sweatpants and an oversized hoodie and Ugg slippers. But
on a
like,
date?
it has to be, but listen to this, Mom. Like, it has to be the Nike sweatpants or the Hanes ones. They fit so nice. So, like, you have to have, like, the right fitting sweatpants. The sweatshirt can't be too baggy, but it can't fit at the same time. Like, it has to be that perfect oversized. And then you also, like, sometimes instead of, like, the Ugg, like, especially, like, the Ugg Tasmanians, you usually wear...
What's that?
Like the Ugg Tasmanian slippers.
If you said Ugg Tasmanian the first time and I said, what is that? I don't know what that means.
The Ugg.
I don't know what a Ugg Tasmanian is.
Maybe I'm wrong. No, I was right. Oh,
What?
it's Tasman. Anyways,
Let me see.
I said Tasmanian. But like these slippers right here.
Those are for the house.
No, they're for outdoors. So basically, yeah. Or the slippers that me and Leah have that you got us. Like,
Yeah.
we wear those out. Like with socks, like tube socks or whatever. And then you always have the cutest necklace on, some cute earrings. Like you always accessorize it up and then you go. But that's for if, say, your boyfriend's picking you up to drive to see like the Christmas lights or something like that. That's what you'd wear. Like,
But if
your boyfriend's picking you up at like 8 o'clock to take you out to cook out. And you guys are hanging out in the cookout parking lot. Like, that's what you wear.
But why can't you wear regular shoes? Like shoes with a sole, shoes that are meant to be outside,
Because
not
the
bedroom
slippers,
shoes.
because it just is what it is. Like, it is the slipper. Like, the slipper eats. Like, I'm telling you right
And
now.
that is definitely a generational difference.
It definitely
because
is.
we would not be caught. Like, we take the trash out in slippers. We do not go out.
Oh,
Some of
no.
us, don't get me wrong, some of us do. But I do feel, and I don't want to generalize, I feel like more millennials and Gen Zers do that. I feel like Gen Xers, we don't a lot.
No. I'm also, millennials want to be us so bad. And that's a thing that I have
What?
to think. Swear.
Why?
They literally, because I think millennials have like this weird thing with their youth and they just want to hold on to it. And it's the weirdest thing.
But they are young.
Or they're like, they are, but they want to be like TikToking and wearing like
Hold on,
stuff
Gen
with
Xers
smiley faces and crap.
Gen Xers TikTok.
No, I know, but they want like Gen Xers TikTok like Gen Xers. Millennials, no, there's this thing. I'm about to educate you. This has nothing to do with dating, but listen, I'm going to talk to the camera real quick. This is for all the people who are my age. The millennial pause. I say no more. Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh my God, I'm taking over just a little bit. The millennial pause. Every time they start a video on TikTok, they'll start recording. They'll go like this. Like, watch. They'll go like this. So today, and they start like talking 2 seconds after it started recording. Whereas like millennials, I'll start it and I'll be like, okay, hey guys, like da 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 da, like I'm talking right now. It's a thing. The millennial pause is a thing. And
weird.
that's how we can spot a millennial like a mile away. The millennial pause. They will sit there and look at you in the camera for 2 to 3 seconds before they say anything. And we're like, speed it up. What are you doing?
That is hysterical.
No, it's insane, but it's so true. Millennial pause is like a real thing.
Well, listen, I also feel like you guys missed out on the whole long distance relationship. We didn't have long distance on our phones. It was really expensive to call from the 757 to 609 to whatever. So if your crush or your boyfriend or your girlfriend wasn't in the same zip code, you'd have to do long distance. We started doing mixtapes.
Oh, snap.
So we would get the cassette, and I know you know what a cassette is.
I know what a cassette is.
Not an 8-track.
I know what a cassette is.
Okay, so we would go to
I literally had them. I had them growing up as a kid.
because I made them for you.
No, I know, but I'm saying like you act like you never.
I
Like,
forgot, Naya.
and
Jeez.
VHS, like be so for real.
So we would go to Rite Aid and get like a pack of 3. And my favorite was Panasonic because those were like the good cassettes.
Yeah, Panasonic is.
You'd get your little boom box, you'd get your tape in there, and then they have like this little strip at the top. And then you'd put like, "To my love, John Smith." So then you'd stick it in there and you'd get it all queued up. This is the hard part. You'd have to wait for your song to come on the radio. It seriously was like making a playlist, but it could take you 3 days to do it, right?
That's insane.
So this is when you would have to call the radio station, call the DJ to request the song.
You can request.
Oh, we could back in the day. I don't think now. I think some programs you can, but no.
Like, all of our radios are like huge though. Like you can't call into like.
They're like Sirius XM. Right, but no, this was a local radio
like
station.
Sway in the morning.
Right.
Gotcha.
And you would have to call the radio station, call the DJ once you got through because the line was busy. Then, if you were lucky, if you made it on air, they would be like, "Dana, you're on air," and you'd be like, "Oh my God!" And you start like screaming.
Have you been
and
on
like,
air?
yes, going
You've
crazy.
made it on air?
I once or twice, yes. Then you'd like make it on air, and it was like, oh my God. And this is the thing because there were only
goes out
one.
to my lover, John Smith.
They'd just be like, "Where you calling from? What school do you go to?" And then all your other friends were listening too because there was only one radio station. So everybody heard you. So then the next day at the bus stop, "Oh, we heard you on the radio, girl." Like yeah, you'd be like, pop off. Like, "I'm that bitch." So then I'm that bitch. Seriously. So you were so freaking excited. And then it was like all day they were just hyping you up, hyping you up.
We're so amped right now. I'm loving it.
Because this was, you guys.
Was this your prime?
Well, no. But was it exciting? Yes.
Oh, I love that.
And these are things I envy for you guys that you don't get to experience.
Here's the thing. I feel like we get the same experience, but it's just different. Except for the whole like door opening thing. Like, oh, I hate that. But now, like your version of the radio station is like, oh my God.
Your Spotify playlist.
No, if a celebrity like likes your tweet or comments on your TikTok. Like, it's so crazy. There was this girl on TikTok, she was talking about something, and then Cheech and Chong commented on her video, and she was like, oh my God. And then everyone at school is talking about how Cheech and Chong like liked your comment and commented on your TikTok. Like, it's still like the same like sort of excitement. It's just a little different. Instead of a radio station, it's social media.
We had no way of connecting with our celebrity crushes or anything like that. The only way, they had like a fan club in the back of the Right On magazines and the Word Up magazines, and it would say, to join LL Cool J or Salt and Pepper's fan club, you send a $6.99 money order.
It was all a dream.
Right, but look, Word Up magazine,
Sorry,
Salt and Pepper, Heavy D up in the limousine.
No, every time you were saying Word Up, that was just
because that Biggie is not telling no lies.
No swear.
So then you would do that, right? Mm-hmm. So then you get your tape and everything's done, right? That was when rappers started making sensitive songs. My jam was LL Cool J's "I Need Love."
I didn't know you were an LL fan until today.
Oh, I've always loved LL.
Oh, okay. I think he's so cute. I have the fattest crush on LL. But I like him like when he's older. Like
I just like him, period. So it doesn't even matter.
And Method Man.
But listen, please don't get me started. He had this song, "I Need Love."
Mm-hmm.
In the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove for the first time in my life. You see, I need love. And he's the ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. And you used to be like rapping. Rapping to it, right? You know how I love New Edition.
I know how you love.
Can You Stand the Rain? It was so good. That was when they kicked Bobby out and Johnny Gill stepped in. You know about this one. This was Computer Love. Computer Love. And it used to sound like sandpaper in the beginning.
Did you hear that on the mic? It was
good, because it sounds like sandpaper. Now, when you think about Computer Love, how did he know that? In like the 80s.
He was in the future.
He was a genius. And so we would just make all these slow jams on it and all that stuff. Yes. Then you had to get an envelope. You had to take it to the post office and
You
get
had to
stamps.
mail it.
You had to mail it. So it took you 3 days to make the damn tape. Then it took you another day to get your parents to take you to the post office. You're talking 12 days, 2 weeks later.
That's insane because I'm going to tell you
It
right
is
now,
insane.
it'll take me all of 5 minutes to make a playlist and send it to the guy. Like,
That is so, you guys, I feel like we were a patient generation.
we're not. Like,
You
we
guys
need
are
things
not
done right
impatient.
then and
You
there.
guys are impatient. Everything comes to you guys so fast.
Oh, 100%.
And I do think that is a major difference, just not in dating, but just in life in general.
Yeah.
We had to wait for everything. And that was a major one. You know, like the tape,
Life is short.
because you guys didn't grow up with a landline. You guys missed the whole 3-way call fiasco, the setup. Like the scene in Mean Girls was real.
Was it?
Oh, it was real. Like with
no,
the
because
landline.
I've definitely done a 3-way call, and I've
but
definitely
it's a
3-way
little
trapped.
different.
No, it's not. Because
really?
let me tell you. So
Because our flip phones did
I'm
not.
about to reveal a secret. Me and my best friend, you know who I would do this with. So we will like, okay, so say so-and-so has drama about so-and-so, right? Jake will call me, right? And he'll be like, oh my God, guess what? And I'm like, what? And he's like, da-da-da-da-da with da-da-da-da-da, right? So then I'll be like, oh my God, okay, put yourself on mute. I'm about to call them right now. And it'll put Jake on, he'll go on mute and it'll put him on hold. Then I'll call the person on my phone and I'll be like, oh my God, like what happened? Or like if like something happened with like
You are
people.
so shady.
Oh, it's so shady because whoever I call can't see that Jake's on the line as well. Like,
But
they
see,
can't
y'all have
see
mute. We did not have mute.
That's the
this
thing,
is
we
what we
have
had to do.
mute.
This is what it sounds like. You have to take your hand and put it. It sounds like so. It was obvious that there was a third person on the phone.
Yeah, see.
So either there was a third person on the phone, like a 3-way call, or your mom and dad were listening in on the, because they would. They'd be breathing all heavy. Dana, it's time to get off the phone. Oh, God, like seriously. Or it was a setup because they were trying to cover their mouth. 3-way is the devil.
like pure chaos.
But what I do love about a landline, the dramatic effect of a hang up. Oh, when you slam that phone, you didn't even have to slam the phone. You just hit that little button in the middle. You could feel the click. When we had flip phones, you could
want
do
a
that.
flip phone. Like, I
But
don't think you understand.
You don't
Like,
have
what the
effective
hell
hanging
is
up.
this?
Like that is bad. And then sometimes you don't hit the button right.
Right,
You gotta
you're just
hit
like,
it twice because it don't hang
you
up.
just-
And
damn
you
it, and you
miss
just slam it down.
the dramatic effect of the hang up.
No, I want, like, one thing I'm so envious of is that hang up. Like,
Yes.
I'm really more envious of the flip phone because imagine being like, Bob it. Like, yo, like, you can't.
It was
compare.
I think I might go get a
Mom,
landline.
let's go.
Just
Let's get a land.
because
Can we get flip phones?
I think I'd
Can you
rather
get me
have a
flip phone?
landline.
You
And
get
the
a landline
cordless phone.
and I get a flip phone.
So
Like the
later-
brick.
No, later the cordless phone came into play. That still wasn't the same.
Okay.
It just wasn't attached to the wall, and you could go a couple feet from the house,
Okay.
and then it would start. It literally started sounding like a CB or like a walkie-talkie with like static. So then you
Yeah.
had to back it up, and you literally would know where in your house or where outside, how far you could go before your phone
Didn't
started.
the internet also make a sound?
Yeah, the internet didn't come until after either late high school or college, maybe. The internet, because
you're
we had like AOL, and it was dial up. The other major difference is when we broke up with someone, we had to do it in person. It was on the bus. It was at band practice. No shade. I think this is the third or fourth yawn.
Like, these are hard yawns too. And not
you-
on the way to school.
You started your day with drama. If you didn't ride the same bus, you would meet at the locker. We usually did it in person or over the phone. Like if you just couldn't wait or if you weren't going to see that person, you would do it over the phone. You guys just send texts, snaps, DMs.
No,
I'm done.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. Another thing that I love about my generation is that we are borderline FBI detectives. Like, I can figure out if you were with so-and-so and so-and-so. Like, if you lied to me and said you were hanging out with your friends, but then you went and go saw her, like, I'll know. We'll call them straight up and be like, where are you at? Who are you with? What are you doing? We'll act like
Do
we
you not
don't
have
know.
his location on your Snapchat?
Some people can turn it off. And if he turns off his location,
Is that trouble?
oh, oh,
See, we had no way of knowing any of that.
like if okay, so usually like I have my own like little Life 360 circle with like my close friends that like I hang out with every day, like in case something happens or like if I'm doing something shady I don't want y'all to know about, like I'll have like them like looking at my location in case, and they'll be like, listen, like call my mom if anything goes wrong.
No, your Life 360 is always on, and I'm not stalking it either.
Sure is always on. Anyways, so basically, no, I'm just kidding. So,
Because you know that's a rule,
no, I know it's a rule.
so don't even try it.
But basically, like, okay, so I have a small Life 360. I have two, I think. I have one with one of my friends and then one with one of my friends here. And then, so, like, usually, like, you'll have, like, a Life 360 circle or, like, Find My Friends or Snapchat maps or something like that. And then, so you'll look and you'll see, like, oh, location paused. Like, exactly how it is with me. You're like, okay, well, what are you doing? Or he's been in the parking lot at 3 a.m. for 2 hours. What are you doing in the parking lot at 3 a.m. for 2 hours? I can't do it anymore. And then you'll block them. And then you never have to see them again until you see something on Instagram and then you unblock them because you miss them. And then it's like a whole thing.
We didn't have the ability to track anybody. We didn't have the ability to do any of that. It was just a feeling. We had to go off our intuition.
We had proof and receipts.
We really didn't have proof. Sometimes you did, but for the most part, we just, yeah, this ain't working no more, and just nip it in the bud.
Yeah.
That was we would take pictures, like as a couple, but we had the disposable cameras.
Those are so cute.
They are cute, but Naya, this is the anxiety of it all. You know how,
Like the Kodak ones.
yeah. So you would take the pictures and you'd be like, ow, you know, like you guys would be taking your cute little 80s poses and all
Yeah.
that stuff with like matching sweaters or matching sneakers, like with your neon windbreakers and all that stuff.
Ew.
Oh, Naya, I'm telling you, this is it.
I hate the 80s.
So, the 80s was, listen.
Like acid wash and neon windbreakers. Like, are you kidding? Also,
Yes,
you
and
dress
Reebok
me- You
5411s.
used to dress me in acid wash jeans, and every day I hate you for it.
Whatever.
And Bermuda shorts and polo
Look at you
t-shirts
now.
at
You
the
survived.
same time.
You survived. Back to what I was saying. The cameras. You'd be out and you'd get somebody to take your picture because we did not know about the selfie. Like we were not snapping ourselves. Someone else was
selfies.
taking, right. Someone else had to take our picture. So you're just out there snapping and you use all the film.
Right.
You take it to Rite Aid.
Okay.
Or you'd send off, you put it in the little envelope, you
Didn't take
send
like
off.
a few weeks.
Oh my God, it would take like a week or two.
Yeah.
And you'd come home and you'd see the mail on the kitchen table and you'd see that bright yellow and red pack that said Kodak on it. You get so excited and you'd rip them open and none of them came out. None of them. Naya, talk about anxiety, torture, panic. It was terrible. And like you guys can
can
take a
check it.
picture 3 seconds after you take the picture, you can post it.
Not even 3 seconds. The second we hit that little white button,
Yes.
it's already there.
We had to wait. Like it could have been a whole different season. Like it's summertime and we're posing in parkas, triple fat gooses, and Timberlands. You know what I mean? Because it took that long to get the dang film back.
Yeah.
I just feel like you guys miss that downtime.
Yeah.
You know how when my nephew's son did not want to bring his girlfriend because he was embarrassed by the questions I would ask.
Wait,
Do you remember that? Yeah.
I didn't know he actually told you that.
He was joking about it, but yeah, he was like, "Oh, I don't know, Aunt Dana, I don't want to bring her." And I was like, "No, it's okay." Well, his sister ended up bringing her boyfriend first.
I remember that.
So
I remember
she comes
that.
over and she was like, "Here he is, Aunt Dana. Do you want to ask your questions?" And I took it very easy on him. I only asked him maybe 5 or 6 questions.
We're 50 long, but it's okay.
No, I did. It was only like maybe 5 or 6 questions I asked.
Okay.
But I have a new set of questions.
Okay.
And I think I should run them down because I think the next time you bring a guy home.
Next time.
Yeah. Why?
No.
Are you just going to totally skip me?
Yeah.
Why?
Ask your questions. We'll see.
Well, no, first,
Well, you know, I don't bring boys home.
I know. Why?
It's not you, it's dad.
What about Dad?
Like, dad, he terrifies me. like with boys. Like
That's
I can
good.
just never like no.
No, these guys need to know that they can't mess with you.
No, they know they can't mess with me. Like I very much so definitely handle my own, and I don't take BS. And I just feel like dad is just like a lot. Like he'd sit there with a like Smith and Wesson on the table in a wife beater with his cigar out of his mouth with Bronx on the chain, sitting back like this, being like, so.
And as
And
he
I'm
should.
like, yo, what? That's wild.
As
Please
he should.
chill out. You're
Because
a whole businessman.
while he's doing that, oh, he is a businessman, but don't get it twisted. And while he's over there looking all crazy, I've got my list of questions.
Read them.
Okay. Are you ready? No, seriously. Are you ready for these?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a couple.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Number 1, what's your credit score?
We're
How long excuse me?
We're 18.
You still have credit. How long have you been with your current employer? Is your family super religious? Is that holiness Pentecostal religious or just go to church Wednesday and Sunday religious? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How did you two meet? What are your intentions with my daughter? How much do you think I weigh? How much do you watch?
Oh my God.
What kind of do you
Oh
watch?
my God.
Have you ever been to jail? Are you an effective communicator?
It was just that one.
Have you ever had an STD? What do your parents do for a living? Is the family power bill in your name?
Oh my God.
How does your mama feel about my daughter?
That's so valid.
Can you provide 3 quotes by MLK? Do you have kids? If so, how many? Were you married? If not, how many baby mamas do you have? How old do you think I am? What's the last book you read? Why did your last relationship end? Have you ever put hands on a girl? Have the police ever been called to your home? If so, why? And did anyone get carted off? What's your relationship with your mom like? On Thanksgiving, do you turkey trot or do you drink bottomless mimosas and watch the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade?
That's so true.
These are all a few valid questions.
See, credit score, we're like fresh out of high school, like freshman year of college. Like I'm not dating like a 25-year-old man.
No,
Second
you still
of
have
all,
credit.
Are we married? Like I don't have credit right now, Mom.
You do.
Oh, period. Also, you just don't have to ask them about and what type of they watch. Everyone watches.
First of all, no, they don't. And number 2, I can ask whatever. He's dating my daughter.
That's so true. But I just feel like some of these much love. Like, let me see.
No, ooh, no, ma'am.
Yeah, some of these are a little much.
Then I'm a lot. It's
You're special.
Deal with it.
Yeah, no thanks.
Deal
I'll
with
just
it.
stick to how my life is going right now. Thank you.
As many differences as we have between Gen X and Gen Z, I think there are a lot of similarities. I really liked having this conversation with you.
Oh, I did too. I thought it was fun.
I do love how we're able to have these conversations with each other.
Right.
Very
Agreed.
say thank
I
you.
liked it. I thought it was really insightful to see like the things that you did when you were my age. Like I always say I wish I could go back in time and be like the same age as you. Like I can just imagine like the two of us at 18 together.
We would have
feel
fun as friends. Like
we would even
if we
either
were the
love
same
each other
age,
or hate each other.
we'd probably love and hate each other all at the same time.
Like I feel like we would be such good friends.
We would.
Like I swear we would. And I would have never let you have that Jerry curl.
I just would have settled for a less dry Jerry curl.
No, I would have never let you walk out of that house with that Jerry curl.
Well, this is the thing, Naya. Me having a Jerry curl, it kind of humbled me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. This was very, very insightful, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time. My ears hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe because you was yawning. But no,
Maybe because this took freaking an hour.
Why was that so much fun, though?
It was fun.